State Senator Tony Hwang joins Melissa in the morning right now on WICC 600.
And Senator Tony Hwang, a very big announcement to share with everybody this morning. Congratulations. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I don't know how big it is, but we have been selected with committee assignments in the Connecticut General Assembly for the upcoming session, and I am so honored that Senator Kevin Kelly, the Republican leader-elect, has selected me to be the ranking leader in the Insurance and Real Estate Committee, the committee which he formerly headed. And it is going to be a critical year for that committee because we are going to address health insurance from public policy in regards to addressing the escalating costs and ensuring that all residents and our businesses have access to affordable health care insurance and that managing cost in light of the requirements of the current Federal Affordable Care Act and working with the Connecticut Access Health Connecticut exchange program. It really is one that, in light of COVID, becomes even more critical.
Yes, no question.
Health insurance is such a important part of protecting individuals and, most importantly, their loved ones. And during these COVID times, if we don't have it, the potential reality of economic catastrophe, if not, health risks and dangers, is critical. So it really is important from a standpoint of understanding it. It's such a complex and extended network of cost.
Yeah, it is.
And cost has escalated in rates beyond our wildest imagination. And, it really is a marketplace that needs to be more transparent, more accountable, and ultimately more reflective of the needs of the people instead of just an escalating, the haves and the have-nots.
Right.
And dividing that, and supporting our local small businesses like agencies that provide such insight. What's remarkable to me, when we first implemented these, Access Health systems, and we were selling these kind of programs, that, private companies that have been the basis of education and informing were cut out of commissions in this.
Right.
That's just bad business practices and disrespecting how important it is for us to get this complicated information out. So one of the biggest missions we have is to have all shareholders engage in this and provide better solutions. And unfortunately, it should never, ever be a partisan issue. I think Democrats and Republicans all agree in the state of Connecticut that health care insurance and health care access is absolutely critical and essential, and we all need to work better to create one that's sustainable and viable and is accessible to everyone.
I mean, I think no matter which side you stand, I think we can all agree that it's not affordable. We have seen a lot of people who have just kind of opted out of even having insurance. They'll take the risk because they just can't afford it, Senator Hwang. It's crazy. So, on a personal, local level, I would say, because obviously, like you mentioned, there's not a lot we can do about Obamacare. There's not a lot we could do about the national, what's in place, but at least for Connecticut, are there talks going on about how we bring, for example, more carriers back into the marketplace? Because right now we're down to Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shields and we're down to Connecticut. That's basically it, which is a big reason why our costs are so high right now. So, how do we plan, at least in Connecticut? Are there talks about how do we bring more carriers back into the marketplace?
Well, unfortunately, the talk is the other way around, which is to providing a public option in which proven commercial carriers with a record of actuarial risk analysis and a record of experience and services in insurance risk management. Instead, we are talking in the Democratic administration, as well as the Democratic majority, as well as our controller, Kevin Limbo, is addressing a public option in which ultimately it is being supported by the state of Connecticut and taxpayers ultimately if the risk runs amok. So
that's lowering the age. Are you talking about lowering the age for Medicare?
No.
What are you talking about?
Talking about a public option health care in which the state provides insurance, which thereby undermining our important business entities of insurance businesses in the state of Connecticut.
That kind of takes brokers out.
A commercial marketplace.
Yeah.
And that is where the challenge will come in this legislative session, to create solutions that incorporates the best of what we have, which is some of the best insurance companies in the world, which has their home in Connecticut and employ thousands of people, to create a system which has a balance and sustainability and a holistic approach, not only looking at insurance rates, but looking at tort reform, looking at how our hospitals bill and charge medical devices, all holistically taking a look at how we operate in financial costs related to healthcare. If most people that have health insurance understood the total overall cost of health insurance and healthcare coverage, they would be stunned at how expensive it is.
No question. Yeah.
And so I think the key is, Melissa, that in order to get more carriers and more involved into the marketplace, we have to create a more fluid marketplace, but also understand that there has to be a risk management and incorporation of the pool and education awareness. I think our Access Health Connecticut has done a good job, better than most throughout the country, but we still need to do a far, far better job to incorporate risk management, preventive care, but also incorporate more businesses to buy into it and create easier access and gateway rather than a closed gateway as it's been right now.
Senator Tony Hwang, we so appreciate giving us some of the updates that we're looking at when it comes to insurance and how we're going to handle that better here in Connecticut. And again, congratulations for your new role that's going to be coming up. And we'll be talking to you again next week.
Absolutely. And it's going to be an exciting year coming up. We have tremendous challenges. But again, when you talk about earlier in your show, Melissa, the challenges that COVID has wrought, we have to all work together even more so than ever to help the people that we represent.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. State Senator Tony Hwang, thank you so much for coming on this morning.